Hey everybody, it's Mandy from Travel Forge. So it is day 2 of the pantry challenge. We are getting some things prepped in the kitchen this morning because we're going to be working outside for a few hours today. We're supposed to have a big snowstorm coming this weekend, so we're trying to get a few things, last things into the shop before all of that may or may not happen. So Zad is prepping a bison roast here. So I thawed that last night. He's just getting the silver skin off of it. We're going to put that in the Instant Pot with some sauces and seasonings and things, and then we can have that with dinner. I canned some French onion soup this summer, so I think I'm probably going to throw one of those in with this along with some sauces, and then that way when we come in tonight or whenever we decide we're having dinner, it'll all just be ready and we can just kind of shred it up, put it over some sourdough toast, maybe do like a side of applesauce or something, and dinner will be done, so I don't have to worry about that. We have an entire dining room table full of things that we need to get put away from Christmas and being with our parents for New Year's and all that kind of stuff. Unpack bags, put laundry away, blah, blah. Jamie and I started towels this morning, so we're not always 100% like conventional when it comes to schedules. So some mornings we're up at 4 or 5 o'clock because we have something to do or somewhere to be or whatever. And some mornings we sleep till like 9. It really just depends on what's going on in life. Sometimes we go to bed at a decent time, but a lot of times that is very dependent on the toddlers and what they want to do. So we're having kind of brunch this morning, I guess, which is fine. We typically only eat 2 meals a day. So we'll do like a big breakfast and a big dinner. We don't normally do lunch. We're usually like pretty busy. So, and like one meal usually sustains us for several hours because we usually do pretty protein heavy meals. So for breakfast this morning, we're having bacon. Bacon is already in the oven. So we typically do bacon on cookie sheets. So we started doing bacon like this several years ago and it saves so much trouble. We love doing bacon in the oven because it saves all of the splashing, like when you have little ones around, running around and whatever, it saves all that splashing, and it's really easy. I mean, you can save the bacon grease from a cast iron skillet too, but it's so easy to just pour it right into a jar, and then we always have like ample.
Scrape it off.
Or yeah, let it set and scrape it off either way. It's so nice to have bacon grease on the counter to cook in and whatever. So I fed the sourdough starter last night. I have a little bit more than a quart here. I'm gonna get some sourdough waffles ready, and then Zad's gonna do those. And I got him a new waffle iron for Christmas, which is very exciting. The only one we have right now makes Mickey waffles, which is fine, but they're Belgian, and these are a little bit thinner, so they'll be a little bit different. We just love different things, so we can make Belgian waffles or normal waffles. So we're gonna have waffles with fruit on top and bacon for breakfast. We might do some eggs too, I'm not sure. So so our fridge died, and so we have this nice little fridge. It's great. Our big fridge that died is sitting here outside the kitchen window, so we have that fridge to get us by for now. So funny that it died like right before the pantry challenge. So we're using this fridge, which used to be at my shop fridge at the old house. And this was Zad's shop fridge at the old house. So we're getting by with those. We're gonna get another fridge. We didn't need to like fuss about it right before New Year's and leaving to go to hang out with our parents and all that kind of stuff. And make a hasty decision. So we are considering different fridges, a commercial fridge, a residential fridge. If you have input about these things, I'm all ears. One thing I've read about the commercial fridges is you don't get the warranty if you put it in a residential setting. So that's one thing slightly holding us back from a commercial fridge. But I don't really just want to buy any like crap fridge from Lowe's either. So if you have insight about that, I am all ears on the fridge situation. So I'm following the sourdough waffle recipe from Clever Carrot, so I can link that below. I'm fairly new to sourdough, like in the last, okay, so like I tried sourdough several times in the past, and I think I just didn't have enough patience and just, I didn't wait for my starter to get really hearty. So my sister-in-law gave me a starter. We started sourdough a couple months ago, and so I don't have like these recipes memorized or anything yet. So this is the recipe that we're using today. I love bringing up, just as a side note, as a busy mom running all of this chaos, is I love to bring the recipes up on my phone and then Bluetooth print them to my printer, Wi-Fi print, Bluetooth print, whatever it is, and print them from my phone and then have them on the printer. And it's so much harder to have a recipe on my phone and follow it because like constantly people are messaging me or like I'm managing the website or whatever. And so having a printed paper is so much easier. All right, so Bud made coffee. I pulled a jar of French onion soup out of the pantry. Zad is adding a bunch of seasonings and things in there. I'm just gonna dump this in on top and it's gonna make a delicious fall apart meal in the pressure cooker. All right, so Zad poured the French onion soup in. It's ready to go. I have a 6-quart Instant Pot. I actually have 2 6-quart Instant Pots because I almost always have one in the fridge that has yogurt in it. So I have the silicone lid that I put on our yogurt container, and when I make, so that bowl is almost always tied up. So I put the yogurt in that and put that silicone lid on, and it just lives in the fridge throughout the week. All right, so Zad's pulling the bacon off, paper towel on a plate, and then you see all that grease on there. So we're just gonna let, this is gold. We're just gonna let that cool, and then we'll throw it in one of these mason jars. All right, so I should know better, but I can't run the coffee maker and the Instant Pot at the same time. Sometimes I can. I think it depends on what like phase it's in, whatever. So we're gonna move the old Instant Pot into the pantry and we're gonna let it do its thing in here. So our seal's on, we're back on here. Oh my goodness. All right, so something else we need to do in the kitchen before we have breakfast and get moving is I need to feed the ginger bug. So I will link the video where I learned how to do this. I learned from Mary's Nest. So I have my mango strawberry probiotic ginger ale, hopefully fermenting on the wood stove over here. So that's it right there. I have lemon sage honey, some apple scrap vinegar, and some apple scrap vinegar that is still got its scraps in it. So I want to feed my ginger bug. It's a live living being. So, you know, we need to make sure that we feed it every day. It's like a Tamagotchi. So I'll link my pantry tour in the description if you haven't seen that yet. It looks pretty similar to then, I guess. I mean, obviously we've worked down some things, we've added some things. The freeze dryer is also going to have strawberries and mangoes in there. Since our fridge died, I had to clean out the freezer that was in that fridge, and so I was getting some stuff in the freeze dryer. So anyway, this is our pantry. I showed very extensively in our pantry tour. Jamie asked for blueberries this morning on his waffles. So if we were gonna do waffles that had blueberries in them, then I would just use our frozen blueberry. But because Jamie wants them as more as a topping, I'm gonna use these canned ones. They'll be perfect for that. We can literally just scoop them right out and put them right on top of waffles. So about a month ago, we got 2 gallons of honey from our farmer down the road, who we also get pork from. I have a video about the pork we got from him. We did a whole hog and it was awesome. So anyway, we got the honey from him. It came in plastic containers. We wanted to repackage it into quart jars for storage. So we did that. Matt had this genius idea. So he took the honey that was like stuck in the bottom of the plastic containers and did this same process. Now I'm doing it in this because there was a little bit left. But I put some water in there. I'm gonna put some orange peel in there, maybe like a little cinnamon. And then we, then we can have it as a drink tonight. What? Well, Susie's eating freeze-dried strawberries. This is like her favorite snack right now. So might put a little cinnamon in there, and then we could like warm it tonight. Not heat it too much that like we'd kill all the great benefits of the honey. But just have a nice warm drink when we come in from being out in the cold today. All right, so Zad is plating. Typically there would be, so Matt's not here with us. He is gone January and February. He is working construction. He wants to earn some extra money to get a different car because his car is not that great. And he wants to take a trip to Japan next year, or this year. So he's saving up the money for that. So you can follow him at Fellowship of the Trail if you want to follow along with his journey and how all that's going. Matt, if you're new here, Matt was Zad's apprentice for a while. When we moved here, he moved in with us. And it's just been really awesome having a co-living situation. It's been really great having a co-living situation. We love when Matt is home, and he is a huge help. The kids love him. It's been really great. But today we have just 5 plates. So 3 big people plates, 1 for me, Zad, and Bud, and then 2 little people plates. So we have our sourdough waffles with the blueberries that I canned this summer, bacon from our local farmer. Actually, that might be from Blessings of Hope, but it's still super delicious. And then we have eggs from our local farmer, the leftover meat from last night.
One tip, we have a big gallon, pour it into a small container, and it's a lot easier to get a small, light coating than trying to pour it out a big thing and blow.
Yeah, because it never fails. And we usually buy it by the gallon. So right now we have New York maple syrup, which it's still pure, good, great maple syrup. I would love to get some more from Pennsylvania, but that's what our local Amish store has right now. So Dad's putting a little bit of maple syrup on. And I think, oh yeah, we coated the waffles in the cinnamon sugar and a little bit of butter. So this is going to be, brown butter. Oh, Dad browned it. So this is going to be an amazing meal. Lots of protein that'll fill us up until dinner time. I got that roast in. I just have to do the dishes. And so I'll bring you dinner here shortly, and that will be day 2 of the Pantry Challenge. I'm just sitting here eating breakfast, and I just wanted to tell you that it is phenomenal. So I just came in from doing animals, and I just thought of something that I wanted to say. So typically we have like, I don't know, a plate's worth, half a pound, I don't know, worth of bacon left here. We almost never make exactly the amount of bacon that we need for a meal. We always make extra because 1, it's good protein. So throughout the day, we'll just leave that plate on the table. And if somebody needs a snack, it's there. Everybody loves to snack on bacon. And if we don't use it and it's like still sitting there, you know, like when we're cleaning it from dinner or whatever, we'll either, we'll add it into dinner, or we'll, keep it for tomorrow for breakfast, or use it as a topping on something else or whatever. So we always try to make extra just in case. Like, we never know what the day is going to hold. So if we can have some extra stuff ready, it never hurts. All right, so we wound up making a trip to Lowe's. Zad needed to get a couple things and Tractor Supply. So we're back. This is done. This means it's been on keep warm for 4.5 hours, which is great. So I'm gonna take this into the kitchen. Hopefully it's ready to shred because I didn't come in and check it, big surprise, but I think it'll be fine.
Nice.
So fun fact, you can just sit, like, if you're doing yogurt, I typically just rinse this quick, but something like this, it usually gets greasy. So you can just put this whole thing, I don't know if I'd put it in the dishwasher. We don't use the dishwasher, so I don't have any insight on that. But you can wash this whole thing. That seal comes out, so you can replace the seal. So you can take that whole seal out. They sell the seals like on Amazon or whatever, and you can replace it. I will probably take the seal out on this one because it got a little gunky. So we're gonna check this and see what it's like. As you can see, this is shredding exactly the way I would want it to. Another Pampered Chef thing that I love is these shredding forks. So this is great. I'm gonna pull this out, get it shredded. We're gonna save this juice. I can use that juice to either make some beans later this week. I could use it to make rice in. We could turn it into a gravy. We could use it as the broth for some other piece of meat. So don't throw this away. Like, this is gold right here. All right, so I shredded this. It looks amazing. I've talked about this. I have one of these, like, it's not really a spider, but it's sort of the same idea. So I'm gonna use this to pull out the onions so that we can put the onions on top. Zad's cutting the sourdough now, and dinner will be ready here shortly. So he'll probably cut that and toast it. We'll put the meat on top, put the onions on top, probably go grab some applesauce, and I think we're gonna call that dinner. So Zad's gonna make this into a gravy. We probably won't use it all, I'm guessing. He'll just pull out a little bit to make some gravy. We'll throw this in the fridge and we'll be able to make something with it another night. So you wanna give a 30-second Reader's Digest version on how to make gravy?
So you want a fat of some sort. Bacon grease, lard, butter, whatever, tallow. You wanna render that down until it's melted. Sprinkle a little flour in, use a whisk. I love the flat whisk. I always thought they were stupid and nonsense. No, I don't like regular whisks. Whisk that together, get a kind of a paste, and then you're gonna start adding your broth in. And then you just keep pretty much whisking that and...
Till you like the consistency.
Yeah, so you, however thick you're wanting it.
Yeah. So as I said, I love the Instant Pot for days like today because we sort of had a plan for the day, but then like we changed the plan, so we went to Lowe's and, you know, whatever. And so it's nice to just come home and literally throw dinner together in like 10 minutes. So I am gonna pull some applesauce off the shelf. I'm trying to work through, oh, look, I have some 21 applesauce, so we definitely want to use that up. All right, so I pulled out some sauerkraut. I have some sauerkraut from last year. The probiotic benefits may not be quite as strong, but it still tastes good, and this is a great way to use it up. Got some applesauce. Like I said, this is from 2021, so I'm trying to work through that and then work through 2022. I don't know if we get to the 2023 stuff. Maybe we will during the pantry challenge. So that's what's for dinner tonight. I hope you enjoyed following along as we brought you our meals for today. We'll be back tomorrow with whatever tomorrow's plan is. I gotta go pull something out of the freezer. So if you have questions about anything that we did today, questions about doing the pantry challenge, also I want to encourage you, any kind of challenge that you do, whether it's a week or 2 weeks or 2 months or whatever you decide to do, you know, this is all like totally a personal like journey. Everyone does it for their own reasons and has their own goals or whatever. So don't feel like, well, I can't do 2 months, I'm not going to do it all. I have talked to several people who are going to do it for a month or even 2 weeks and just try it because it's something they've ever considered. So let me know if you have any questions. We'll see you next time.